today's video, I'm going to give you 5 quick fixes on how you can actually stop your horse from pulling or from being heavy or from going down into the ground. You know, all of these expressions which are all basically describing the same thing. How do we fix that? That is what this video is all about. This topic is one that drives me crazy because you are always seeing in Facebook groups or online forums, people are always again and again and again, they're asking this question, you know, my horse is pulling, what do I do? My horse is heavy, what should I do? The reason it drives me crazy is because there are some very quick fixes, and I'm going to give you 5 of them in this video. And the thing is, you might not like what I have to say for some of them, but you need to hear this. My name is Krystal Kelly, and I'm actually a level 2 FEI coach. I'm actually the only one from the USA, which is crazy to think about because there's like 40 million horse riders in the US, like registered riders, and I am the only one from the USA that has this certification. It's insane. And that just goes to show that there's not a lot of coaches and instructors out there that are actually certified or qualified to be a coach. So in the US, for example, anyone who's read a book or seen a movie about horses can call themselves a coach. So that is probably why you are watching this YouTube video, because you need answers and you haven't been able to find them. Let's dive in. So the first tip, which I'm gonna give you, is to actually stop giving your horse something to pull against. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, when your horse is pulling on you, they can only pull on you when you're pulling back, okay? They can't pull if they have nothing to pull against. So that means that you are either riding very stiff with your hands, your upper body, you're locked, and you're just not moving and you're solid, or you're actually physically pulling on them. Now, that means that it's kind of your fault. Okay? I know you don't want to hear that, and I know a lot of us equestrians, they want to blame the horse before they actually look at their own riding abilities, but the truth of the matter is, if your horse is heavy or pulling, it is because you are giving your horse something to pull against. That means you need to learn to stop pulling on your horse. You need to learn how to actually move your upper body, not lock your hands or become stiff, and again, don't give your horse anything to pull against. They weigh 1,200 pounds, like you will never be stronger than your horse. I don't care if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't care how many push-ups you do every day, like you will not be stronger than your horse. You won't, so just stop pulling. The second tip which I'm gonna give you is, if you know that you're pulling or you know that it's your fault and you want to resolve it, then what I would suggest is you need to find a good coach. Now again, what I just mentioned is there's a lot of coaches out there that are not qualified. So if you watch your coach or your riding instructor and they are also pulling, or you're getting a lesson and they're just not able to help you because they don't know how to do it themselves, then you need to find a coach which is actually qualified, which actually can help you. Now if you are in an area where you do not have access to good high quality coaches like myself, then I have a solution for you. Okay, I am available on, you can comment your questions down below to me or reach out to me. I have a lot of online courses and training programs for you for exactly these kind of purposes, to help give riders this access and tools to actually help them with their issues. The great thing about having an online video coach like myself is that you can actually get all of the information that you need and then go and practice it with your horse in your own free time. The third tip that I'm gonna say is actually remove all of the gadgets, okay? And what I mean is take off the martingales, don't lunge them in the Pessoas or the Chambones or side reins, take off everything. If you have a flash noseband, take it off. Okay, remove all of these gadgets, because if you don't know how to use these gadgets and you are not a professional certified trainer or coach, probably what you're doing is actually teaching your horse to pull against these gadgets. And the thing about gadgets is, when the horse is pulling against them, they're actually pulling against their own body weight, which means they get super strong, super quick. And us as riders, we're not gonna be able to cope with that. So just stop putting all of these gadgets on your horses. If you have to lunge them with nothing on. Gadgets more often than not are actually gonna cause more harm than they are gonna do any good, so you just don't need them. My fourth tip is actually get a snaffle bit. For the same reason that I say remove all of the gadgets, whatever bit you think you need, a curb bit or this with a chain or I don't know what, okay, you probably don't need it because again, it's probably nothing to do with the horse so much as it is your actual riding ability or your ability to actually make the horse not pull on you. You need to learn how to actually have your horse sit its weight on its haunches, okay? That means lifting the front end and lifting its head and actually carrying its weight from behind. Now, this is again a skill which you have to learn and develop. This is not something that you can solve with a bit. By putting a strong bit in your horse's mouth, you're probably making your horse strong, which is kind of what we don't want. And then the fifth tip which I have for you is to remember, okay, and this is very critical, okay, because a lot of us, we take, but we forget to give, okay? We take, but we don't give. So when we are riding with our hands, we have to always give. And a lot of people, their fear is, you know, oh, well, if I give my reins, my horse will run. My horse is so speedy, you're crazy. It will just run. First of all, if you're in an arena, it's gonna just run in circles. Like, if you know how to gallop, there is no threat because it's just gonna keep running in circles, like who cares? But also, if you never give your reins, if you never give your horse the opportunity to actually come to you or relax or breathe, then they're just gonna be wound up and tense and tight all the time. And sure, maybe the first few times you give, they're gonna stumble or they're gonna like lose themselves or they're gonna go speedy because they're not used to like being allowed to do that. But that's not the horse's fault and you need to work through that and not just slap a band-aid on it. And you need to remember, again, you need to give, not just take. If you take, you must give. That is the #1 tip that I can give you for today. Please remember to subscribe to this channel for more cool tips like this. We have a lot of videos, so be sure to check them out. Our links are down below. And again, if you're looking for an online coach such as myself, because maybe you don't have access to coaches in your area, then I invite you to check out my online courses or even reach out to me, send me an email, like whatever. Just get to know me or comment down below. Again, the links are down below in the description. So that is it for this video. I hope you found it very helpful and I'll see you next time.